Well, jobs. Who's got the job? Actually, who's trained well enough to get the job? Who's got the training? Who's got the skills or whatever? So that's what government programs do. So now every state is set up, to give you training, give you skills to help you through the process, so you get a good job, or you get a better job, or whatever. And people go to Google and look for Indeed, and all these other commercial people are going to charge it. These people won't charge at all. Now look at Skill Up at Connecticut. This is a new program, and Skill Up is a word used a lot in the what's called workforce development. That's the name of the government office locally, workforce development. That's what you want to find. And that's what the Career One Stop Center is part of, because they want to train workforces to be, smart, and get higher paying jobs and make companies better and earn money and stuff like that. Then you pay more taxes. See, that's it. So here's a program. In Connecticut, it's free. They're spending it free now. Skill Up, they're online courses for certificates. They got like 100 different certificates, workforce certificates in healthcare and IT, all kinds of things, even management and technology, and you get the certificates right at home. And these are like $10,000 courses, that they're paying for free, because your tax dollars at work. So you don't have to pay for it. If you go on Google, you're not going to find these, because Skill or the government doesn't advertise on Google. But the people who charge for the courses, they're going to advertise on Google, right? Because they'll get your money. See, the people that give out courses that are paid for by the government don't give Google money. Yeah, so Google's not going to get any money from them. So here's one. It's called Skill Up. And it says it's free, launching a free online job training program for people who are unemployed during the COVID-19 pandemic. That's 30 million people. Man, there's about 5,000 courses are available in areas like IT, business analysis, customer service, project management, digital literacy, healthcare, all these kinds of things. And the Skill Setup in Connecticut program offers training leading to 100 industry certifications. Okay. So these are industry-wide certifications. You have one of these things, your resume goes on the top of the pile, and whatever. And plus, you're satisfied too, because you did something, and you didn't pay $50,000 at some, for-profit university or something, to get this thing. And here's another one over at Missouri. Now look at, they're offering free childcare, free transportation expenses, free work expenses. All kinds of things. You don't even know what to ask for. And if you went there and asked for grants, you'll never find any of this stuff. That's why you have to be careful what you're searching for. And that's why, if you're a member, not if you remember, if you are a member, that's what I've tried to find. That's Alabama. I think I have one here for Connecticut. Where did I put that? Did you see that? Oh, here it is. Okay. Now, here are the kinds of things in the report we sent out for all the training, education, and jobs. Now, again, you could find most of it, but to give you an idea what it is mostly the workforce development, or if you go to your Career One Stop Center, and see, they're the kind of programs like $8,000 to train for a new skill, like you could train, or if you have a small business, you could train your employees or yourself. You train to become an entrepreneur. That's another way to get training. And I have videos of people who actually hand out this money, so you see, these are real people. This is what I do for a living. I got a Yelp review of one of these. So it's interesting, the Yelp review, they say how they went to one office, didn't get anything, went to another office, man, and they got more than I ever imagined. So that's why, you just can't do a one-off and say this is what the whole world is. There's self-employment assistance too. This is where you get self-employed. If you want to work by yourself, there's unemployment people who have lousy bosses themselves. That interviews like that. I mean, this is what's happening. There's places where you could go. They have programs where if they'll hire you, and if you don't know anything, the government will pay like 50% of your salary. So if you're looking for a job, you can say, hey, okay, I don't know this stuff, but it looks like this would be a good match. And I could find a government program where you could get my salary 50% paid for. Sometimes it goes up to 90%. So it depends on the state. See, all these are different by state. That's why if you are a member, just tell us what state you're in, and we'll do. Or actually, this apprenticeship training stuff is wonderful. I mean, whether you want to be a chef or almost anything, a social worker, how now you think it's just for being a steel worker on a tall building? No, it's all kinds of things, and that's where you get money to live on while you're learning. And so it's a salary. It certainly beats paying $50,000 a year to somebody to get a couple letters and no job. This, you get paid and wind up making $90,000 a year because you have a hell of a skill. That's what you have to know, and how that's growing. This is all going to be changing in our society nowadays because the current system obviously isn't working, and sometimes it takes a long time for us to figure out it's not working. Usually the young people know that. The old people who tied into the old stuff don't realize that. Here's a database of approved training providers. Now, this is a national database, too, where you go in, who will take government money. So then you go to the government, get them to pay for that course or that certificate or whatever at the training provider teaching facility. Disability services, lots of programs for people. High demand wages, that's what they're looking for. See, what's neat about working with the government, they want to know what demands are what jobs are in demand, because they don't want to spend money on you and you can't get a job. So if you or I are looking for, what would be fun to work, we're looking for what we think would be good. See, what's neat about going to these government places or paying for everything, they have to make sure it's good and that you're going to get a job, or else they waste their money, right? So make sure here, 50% to 90% of your salary, they make here. It's seniors. There's special programs for a senior here. Now, here's another thing. You get up to $400,000, even more. I've seen them get millions of dollars for your business to train all your employees in Microsoft or whatever. And that's the kind of stuff that are available. Adult education, GED, you get a free GED. And a place to learn for free with your GED, and that's important to know. GED on demand, youth, special programs for youth. That's like 16, 18-year-olds, foster care program. I mean, you can't even guess of what tuition care. Veterans get a lot of big discounts, particularly on higher education. So that's important to know. Seniors even can go to college for free. If you're 60 or more, you can get a college degree. And one thing to do, look at your community college. They have so much good stuff there. And see, a lot of times you'll be able to get that paid for free because the government will pay for it. The government wants these professions, in some kind of technical skill or green manufacturing or something, and they'll pay you to get this certificate. Or companies will pay them to do it. So that's important. I don't know why I have that. Purchase a car for $20,000 they give you. That's it. So if you remember, ask us, tell me what state you're in the discussion. I'll send you this for all the programs for your state. If you're not a member, go to careeronestop.org, careeronestop.org, and put in Find My Career One Stop and contact them and go and talk to them. Don't just look at the website and see what they have. That's good, but you got to talk belly to belly. And when you go to these people, you don't go in and say, hey, I want to know, I want a grant. No, don't say that. You say you want money, you sound like a gimme. Somebody just wants to take money and go away or something. It's sort of picking. I used this expression earlier today. It's sort of like somebody picking you up for a date and say, "Hey, let's go to my house." Yeah, he said, "No, let's go to dinner first. See what you're all about." So that's why. Just tell me, "Hey, you need a better job. That's what you need. You don't need a grant yet. You don't know. See, none of these things I'm talking about are even grants. You don't get a grant. Nothing. It just gets all paid for, and you get money to live on too. So you're asking the wrong question. That's the important thing. That's why we're the question mark suit. The answers are easy. It's asking the right question. And then your heart's got to be in it.